Welcome to the Koigu Fashion Show. For almost 2 decades now, Koigu Wool Design has supplied top quality hand-painted merino yarn and exquisite knitting designs to consumers across North America and now globally. Its unique, rich palette has ignited a passion for color and quality in the knitting world. I personally have had the chance to visit up in Koigu, which is up in Chatsworth, Canada, Ontario. And if you would ever get a chance to visit there, you could see where the inspiration comes from and their color. It's just beautiful countryside, over 100 acres. Everything is hand-dyed in the barn. It's really cool. So if you're ever up there, give them a shout. I'm sure they'd give you a tour. It's a really beautiful place. All right, so we're going to get started here with our first garment. If anybody comes out, girls. Okay, we have Grace, Wonder Woman bangles, and Vineyard knee-highs. Grace is a cute little cardie in Koigu Kersti yarn. Collar is a solid color, and the body variegated, thus anchoring the effect. Designed by Laura Zukaite. The knit bangles are wonderful to jazz up a plain long-sleeve sweater or just be worn on bare arms. That's designed by Kersti Landra. She's the granddaughter of Maie. The Vineyard knee-highs are inspired by the turn-of-the-century Russian embroidery. Using a solid and multi give an added feature. Surely a challenge for any sock knitters. And they are designed by Barb Brown. Thank you. Next we have Lucky Lady. The same but different. The first lace panel is worked in Shetland lace. The second edge lace is Ornberg, and the corners are a version from Faroe. All these horseshoe lace patterns, this must be a lucky shawl. You can find this in the Koigu Magazine 3, and it's designed by Barb Brown. Thank you. Here we have Tumbling Leaves, this all-over lace shawl. It's knit in a leaf pattern with a very wide leaf border. The designer is Maie Landra, and this is also featured in one of the Koigu magazines, #1. Here we have the Keepsake Shawl. Designed by Maie Landra, you can wear this shawl on top of a coat for some extra warmth, and keep it handy in the car and wrap yourself up when the weather changes. This pattern is found in knits from a painter's palette. Next we have the Apex Shawl, designed by Carolyn DesChamps. It's a beautiful triangle scarf. You could use it to dress up any garment. The lovely detail and the color just pops. This is also in one of the Koigu magazines, #2. Our next garment is designed by Astrid Schramm. Very interesting how hand-painted yarn will sometimes create its own pattern, as with the chevron on this short sleeve sweater. Yet when knitting stocking stitch, how the same variegation changes. This pattern is also in Koigu Magazine #2. Another design by the talented Maie Landra is known as Oasis. Have fun with 4 variegated and 4 solid colors of Koigu merino. The skirt is knit in fans and feathers, pattern alternating the colors, creating very wide stripes. And the tank top is in narrow stripes in solid colors, and it repeats the colors from the skirt. And that's from Koigu Magazine #3. Victorian. Maie Landra brings us this gorgeous sweater. The wide lace border creates an elegant appearance to an otherwise simple lace pattern on the rest of the jacket. This pattern was featured in Vogue Knitting, the Spring-Summer issue 2010. Janice Sumpton brings us the Craigwood tunic. Here we have a long tunic where the variegated yarn creates its own pattern. Note the side gussets and seed stitch, giving extra wide width for some of us hippier ladies, and the same gussets are repeated on the sleeves. Another pattern in Koigu magazine, number 3. This sweater is known as Golden Wings, and the designer is UnJung Yun. A cable stitch short sleeve sweater. The neckline and bottom of the sweater has I-cord. This pattern is in Koigu magazine number 3. It's beautiful cables. A fun sweater that is very easy to knit. This design is called Candlelight. Knit in one piece, this sweater will take you to any dinner or any evening out on the town. Designed by Maie Landra. The pattern is in Koigu magazine number 1. A bolero length knit top in 3 strands of Koigu KPPPM in moss stitch. The high collar and turned up cuffs add interest to this garment. This is designed by Kathy Merrick, and the pattern is available in Koigu magazine number 1. This next garment is called Chichetti. Knit from Koigu Mori, which is a beautiful mulberry silk and merino blend. Front and back are 2 large triangles knit in pebble stitch. The sleeves are elongated squares that become trapezium shapes. This dress can be worn alone or with leggings. It's designed by Maie Landra, and the pattern is Koigu magazine number 1. Here we have a beautiful linen jacket, and the designer is Doreen Marquart. It's a sorted array of different colors knit sideways in linen stitch. This beautiful jacket has a single frog closing in the middle, and the sleeves have a lovely little turned up cuff. You can find this pattern in Koigu magazine number 3. And here we have Moonlight Waltz. It's a very easy pattern to make. Knit in long rectangles in 3 different colorways. Make 2 holes for armholes, and that's what it makes into the long vest. The vest can be worn open or closed with an attractive shawl pin, and this pattern is available in Koigu magazine number 1, designed by Taiu Landra. Koigu is a 3-generation company. We have the mother, the daughter, and the granddaughter now coming into the business. Next, we have Samson by Angela Muhlpfordt. This long jacket is knit in solid and variegated colors. The wide trim and solid color down the front and around the neck is very slimming. Extra room is created with the solid color gussets below the waist. This great pattern is in Koigu magazine number 3. Another design by Laura Zukaite. We call this Kadri, a very attractive skirt and top set in variegated and solid color. The short skirt has a ruffle at the bottom. The ruffle is repeated on the top around the neck to pull the outfit together. And a satin ribbon is at the waist and again repeated on the top as below. Another pattern in the Koigu magazine, number 3. Knit from 5 zigzag sideways stripes front and back. They call this sweater, what else? Zigzag. Designer Maie Landra. Very fun to knit and wear this roomy little top. This is another one of the patterns in the Koigu magazines, number 2. Here we have an entrelac swing jacket. The designer is Jan Runkel. This very attractive jacket knit in entrelac technique. 20 different variegated colors of Koigu KPPPM have been knit into this jacket. That's a lot of colors. It's beautiful. It's also in Koigu Magazine number 3. Thank you. Now, this is known as the Paris Ensemble. The stylish jacket with balloon sleeves is knit in triangles. Crop pants complement the jacket with a beaded stripe down the side. A beaded lace top is perfect with the pants. This is designed by Maie Landra, and it was published in Vogue Knitting Magazine, the holiday edition in 2008. That's a showstopper. And here we have what's known as the robe. This creation uses 14 hand-dyed colorways. It took many sheets of graph paper before Maie found the large diamond design that she was looking for. The variations in shapes, directions of decreases, and combination of stitch patterns and interplay of color make this a very exciting project to work on. Designed by Maie Landra, the pattern in the Koigu book knits from a painter's palette. Truly a piece of art. Maie was originally an artist, as you might imagine, looking at some of the colors and the designs that she's put out. This is known as the Empress Jacket. 15 colorways of Koigu Mori are used in large and small mitered squares that form the body of this jacket. The sleeves are done in garter stitch ridges. The side panels use the special technique used to knit the sunflower dress. The jacket was published in Vogue Knitting, the holiday issue, in 2009. Again from Koigu Mori yarn, we have Allegra. The front and the back are 2 large triangles knit in lace squares in a multitude of colorways. These sleeves are elongated squares that form trapezium shapes. The total effect is truly elegant. You can wear this dress entertaining at home or out for a formal occasion. Designed by Maie Landra, and the pattern is in Koigu Magazine number 1. Wow, that's pretty. Geoknit Sphere by Angela Muhlpfordt is an attractive throw in a warm, variegated colorways. The shapes form hexagons, knit in different manner than other hexagon-shaped garment previously seen in this show. The dark outlines for the hexagons give the throw a stainless glass effect. It's just beautiful. That's in the Koigu Magazine as well, the number 3 edition. This ensemble is known as Spirit. The hexagon skirt with its subtle colors symbolizes many complexities, united in a seamless whole. The sweater is made from vertical strips joined with contrasting yarns. It features unusual ruffles at the neck, sleeves, and at the edge. Designed by Maie Landra, and the pattern is in her book, Knits from a Painter's Palette. In 2006, our next design was voted Best in Show at the National Needle Arts Fashion Show. 4 sizes of prismatic hexagons float on a dark garter stitch background in Maie Landra's modular masterpiece. The pattern was published in Vogue Knitting Magazine, the holiday issue, in 2006. I'd like to bring the girls out for a final walk up. Thank you all for coming, and be sure to find the Koigu yarns located among the marketplace. It should be listed on your handouts. Enjoy the rest of Vogue Knitting Live, and thanks again for coming.